Hello everyone and welcome to the new video. It's been a long time, I know, but here we are back. We are back with some new content aka some new toys in Hunt Showdown. So we will talk about the Sparks pistol. Small sparks. I mean, we all like the sparks, right? Give always a great feeling, so we'll cut a pie. The weapon disadvantage, advantage, and also we look into the Romero Alamo. Actually, let's start with that first, right? So the video will be, we're gonna talk about the special ammo for it, on the advantage, disadvantage, on the stats, right? A look now. The Romero. That's really classic and iconic weapon in Hunt Showdown. After playing tons of dominating weapon, especially in the highest start in the game, you always go back to some old school Romero, right? So let's talk about some hard start here. So for the Romero 77 Alamo, the damage still remains the same, right? When we talk about the stats, we're gonna compare it to the normal Romero, right? So there is 4 bullet plus 1, 5, right? The damage still remains the same, 200. The rate of fire is quite different, 22 for on 30 for the other one. The reload obviously is longer for the Alamo, right? Since there is a reload action. The melee damage is still the same. The effective range is the same as well. The hunting is the same. I'm quite surprised about that, but it's still the same. Muzzle velocity is the same, and heavy melee damage is the same. You're gonna ask me, is there advantage to take the Romero Alamo? Let's say that if you have an aggressive playstyle, if you are a really aggressive player, I would say then yes. Because when you turn to play Romero, you have one shot. A single shot with a shotgun in close quarter fight is really hard. Because if you miss your shot, you are quite dead, right? Unless you put up an insane shot after you miss, right? But it's quite difficult, right? We're gonna look also into the custom ammo, right? It remains the same. We have Star Shell, Dragon Breath, Penny Shot, and Slug. It remains the same. I don't need to test it because everything is just the same. The reload is the same, etc. is the same. The only difference between the Romero 77 and the Romero 77 Alamo is that reload action, right? The reload action. Again, this weapon won't break the game. I see, like we see every time when some new weapon are getting paused or getting dropped, there's always some part of the community saying that weapon will break the game, that weapon will change the game. Absolutely no. That weapon will still remain the same. I don't think that it will be picked up more than the normal Romero. I think it will be really balanced, right? So that shotgun costs $98, so it's 3 times in that, right? Not quick math, but 3 times quite the price of the normal Romero, right? So quickly for the custom ammo, if some people are new there, Dragon Breath shoot flaming ammo and light people on fire, right? The Penny Shot coins that cause more damage but doesn't have wall penetration, right? Don't forget, that's the downside of it. The Slug that have projectile for mid-range, so if you hit a headshot less than 25 meters, if I'm not wrong, you can one-tap the person. Otherwise, out of range will down the person at 1 HP, right? You can also use in close quarter fight. It doesn't mean that you cannot use the Slug in close quarter fight. Also, the Slug require to be you need to use the ADS, right? You cannot use the hip fire. If you hip fire, you probably gonna miss your target, even in close quarter fight. But we are still fine with buckshot, you know. I'm a huge fan of, when it comes to shotgun, I'm a huge fan of buckshot. I'm fine with it. If we talk about the sidearms, I would say that you can play kinda everything. If you are in low tier, like let's say you just prestige, I would say go for conversion. Even the normal Nagun is fine. Until you unlock the packs, if I'm not wrong, level 6, right? At the higher level, you can use the uppercut or dodge, but I don't recommend the dodge since the uppercut is in my opinion, the best variant when you play shotgun, right? The best sidearm. So I did experience it a bit, this shotgun. I would say that this gun has been really easy to pick up on land. Of course, when it comes to dominate mindset, people pick up Slate, for example, with Slug, let's say, or King, but with a Romero Alamo, you quite well deserved, you know. Remind yourself that if you play it smart on tactical, you won't regret choosing that shotgun, you know. Despite its low level, it remains one of the best weapons in the game, on the best shotgun in terms of consistency, right? So now let's take a look about the Spark pistol, right? Now we're gonna talk about something that I really know. If you know my stream, if you follow me since a long time, you know that I'm a Sparks main since 4 years, since 2018, and seeing that Sparks pistol coming out, I'm not really surprised, you know, because I knew that was coming, you know. One day it will happen. We all know that Sparks is also one of the most iconic weapons on the rifle in the game, if not the most satisfying when it comes to kill, headshot, long range, stuff like that, etc. And also the most unforgiving, right? Because in my opinion, it's the hardest weapon to use about the long ammo, right? So again, I'm gonna continue on the previous example about the Alamo. If you think that this Spark pistol is gonna break the game, I don't think so, guys. And you know that I have 11,000 hours, I've got a lot of experience, I saw plenty patch in the past. I saw so many moments in hands, so many adjustments, so many new weapons, so many new ammo, custom ammo, etc., right? Some changes about it, and I can tell you that I don't think the Spark pistol is gonna change a lot about the game. Of course, it adds some more variant about how you play the game, how you approach the game. So to compare it in terms of stats with the normal Sparks, I know that normally I shouldn't compare it with the normal Spark because there is no point, right? But since it's still a Sparks, I don't want to say like it's a Spark, but it's still a Sparks, right? It's still a Sparks, but you know, that's good that it's for me, I don't consider it as a Sparks because it's gonna tell you that this gun isn't gonna break the game. This gun isn't gonna be meta or something like that, you know what I mean? This gun is gonna be fun to use by time to time in some variant loadout, right? But it's not gonna be dominant, if that makes sense, sorry. In terms of stats, everything is absolutely the same. Just for one thing, the muzzle velocity on the handling. The handling is way lower, it makes sense, right? The muzzle velocity is lower as well. The muzzle velocity, I will compare it to uppercut, if I'm not wrong, 410 per second. On this one, 453, so it's not quite far, you know, from each other. I would say that if you want to train with that one, if you're a good shooter with an uppercut, you will be a good shooter with a Sparks, right? As you can see on the icon here, you can play Sparks. I'm gonna show you while we are talking there, right? I'm gonna show you some gameplay to show you that this isn't gonna be OP, right? Because I know that you have in your mind that picture that Sparks is one tap, and you're gonna one tap like someone at 50 meters, 30 meters. No, that's not gonna happen. I did test that weapon, right? I did test that weapon, and I can tell you that that's not gonna happen. It can happen. Ooh, I just say happen 4 times. Hell yeah, dude. It can happen in really close quarter fight in less than 5 meters. If the target is really in front of you, like you can, right? It can happen, it can happen. Nothing is impossible in 100, right? So yeah, you can equip 2 like that. Poster there. Right, it's really beautiful as you can see. Beautiful. I will actually, if I get Quartermaster, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I get Quartermaster, I will actually play that one probably with our Romero or stuff like that, right? Because let's say you add some special ammo. If you are a really aggressive player and you play the FMG, so lot of penetration more than the long ammo. If you play with FMG, right, you quite can wallbang kinda everything. I mean, not the very thick wall brick, for example, but some metal parts, yeah, you can, right? Poison that got buffed on the 1.9 update. So I recommend you to play a lot of poison, guys. It's really interesting, right? Really interesting. Or let's say you can. I'm just gonna give you some variants, right? You can play, for example, the Winfield C with fire bullet, and you can play it with the sparks, and you add some fire bullet here. Or you can play poison here, and you can play. I can give you a loadout, right? I can give you a loadout here. You can just pick up, for example, the Springfield, right? And you put the explosive bullet. If you hit the target with your poison, with the sparks, with that small sparks, and you hit the floor with the explosive, you're gonna kill the guy. Even at 50-70 meters, you're gonna kill him, right? Now you're gonna tell me why I cannot, why then I'm not gonna play it with longer sparks on uppercut with explosive. I'm just gonna say it's up to you, man. It's up to you. You know, Hanchodan is made with different. We have plenty of weapon and we can make like some beautiful variant loadout. That's why we like the game, right? We can make so much fun with every type of weapon on every type of consumable custom ammo, right? So feel free to be creative, you know. Maybe go out of your comfort zone, you know. I see plenty people playing over and over the same loadout. Just play something else. There's some new stuff and you're gonna see that the game is also really fun like that, right? Alright, so that was it for us. That was it for that weapon review. Guys, make sure you drop a comment and a like, and in the comment make sure you give me your opinion about what do you think about these two weapons. If you think they're gonna change the current state of the game, if they're gonna be unbalanced, balanced, let me know what you think. Also, thanks Crytek for that opportunity. And guys, you need to show some love a bit to Crytek, because there is some really talented person in that company, you know. I'm talking about the dev and community manager. There's plenty talented person who deserve love, you know. And this person actually loved the game since 4 years. I can promise you that.